Shabbat Shalom, everybody. All right. You know that there's going to be a quiz today. Why? Because it's a special day. What's the special day about today? Other than the fact that it's Shabbat. Say it again? Rosh Chodesh. It's Rosh Chodesh. It's Rosh Chodesh. What month are we starting? Where's my Bernard? What month are we starting? Elul. So Elul in some ways is the most wonderful month, and in some ways the most intimidating month. There's a good word for it. I was going to say scary, but I don't want to say scary. It's wonderful. We just had a holiday of love about 2 weeks ago, and you've heard me tell this midrash every year, because it's one of my favorite parts about the month of Elul, that the 4 letters that spell the word Elul, Aleph, Lamed, Vav, Lamed, are an acrostic for Ani ledodi v'dodi li. I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine. Some people put it on wedding rings or they use it for their weddings. We are supposed to feel as if we're getting closer and closer to God this month. And so that's a very lovey-dovey way of looking at it. But why do I say intimidating then? Not because love is intimidating, I don't think so. But imagine that you were a lawyer. And some of you it's easier to imagine than others. Imagine you were a lawyer. And imagine that you had a case where you had to defend someone's life. And you knew today, you found out today, that case is going to be heard in court in exactly 1 month. And you've got that 1 month to prepare for this life or death situation. So you have a choice. My sons went to Magnet High. A lot of the kids here go to Magnet High. At Magnet High, they have a saying that if it's due on Friday, then you do it on Friday. You know, anybody like that? A lot of people find inspiration, or so they think, by waiting till the last second. Some people like to be better prepared than that. So whatever kind of person you are, I am letting you know you have 1 month to get ready for this judgment day. And I don't want to be dramatic. I can be. There are some people who truly see it that way, that in a month we are going to be sitting in judgment and God as the king or God as the judge is going to be judging us based on what kind of prep work we do during this month. Or ideally, what kind of prep work we do all year. But just in case we forgot to do it all year, supposedly this is crunch time. Although I guarantee you most of the people in my family would say, a month? That's not crunch time. Due on Friday. So you have your choice of how well you're going to prepare for this life or death situation. All right, so along with life or death, there's another thing I want to talk about this week. The Torah portion this week is Re'eh. Parts of it we do read on for the High Holy Days. It starts out saying, Re'eh, Anochi noten lifnechem hayom. Look, I put before you today bracha, blessing, uklala, and curse, the opposite of blessing. And so most of us look, and then it goes on to say, if you do the blessings, then there's life. And so it's prep, coincidentally, for the High Holy Days anyway. And it's serious. But there's another way of looking at it that I thought I would share with you today. Because you know, I'm part of this family that does the due on Friday thing. About 15 minutes ago, I was at the post office mailing the memorial books because it was due on Friday. But I'm also the kind of person that says that you live every day for the fullest. And you live every day as if it were your first opportunity to do awesome things and your last opportunity. And so one of the ways I want you to consider this Torah portion is look, I have put before you today not blessing and curse, which shows that God is always giving us choices. Every moment we have choices. But what if it said, look, I have put before you a blessing and a curse each day. Today, I have given you a blessing and a curse. What if you knew when your day started that there would be just with your name on it, there'd be a blessing and a curse waiting for you to decide what to do with them? Or if you look back on the day, do you remember what was your blessing today? You remember what was your curse today? And what did you do with those opportunities? Because they're opportunities. Even hardships are opportunities. That's a commercial. We'll talk more about the Torah portion tomorrow. I hope I see you there. It's my favorite part of the week, 9:45. But there's more on looking up and looking out. So remember that this weekend, so we're going to say today and tomorrow is the beginning of Elul. There will be a quiz later in the service about that. And I want to talk to you about something else that has to do with looking up at the sky, because when there's no moon in the sky, that's how you know there's a new month. Looking up at the sky, looking backwards, looking ahead, that's where we are right now. But now we want to start Shabbat. So today we are, believe it or not, doing Service 1. And Service 1 begins on page 38. And since we are still in the summer months, each of you has been designated as to be honored as the representative to say the blessings for us. So I invite everyone to turn to page 38 and rise. And we read this together. Source of mercy, continue your loving care for us and our loved ones. Give us strength to walk in your presence on the paths of the righteous, loyal to your Torah, steadfast in goodness. Keep us far from all shame, grief, and anguish. Fill our homes with peace, light, and joy. O God, fountain of life, by your light shall we see light. I'm going to do this in Hebrew. You do it however you like to do it. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. May we be blessed with Shabbat joy.
Amen.
May we be blessed with Shabbat peace.
Amen.
May we be blessed with Shabbat light.
Amen.
We turn to pages 165, which is the Hebrew, and 165 and 166, which is the transliteration, and 167, which is the translation. Pick your favorite one. I'm going to chant in Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher litziat mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uv'ratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. L'chaim. Grape juice. You may be seated. Please say Shabbat Shalom to somebody you came in with. Please say Shabbat Shalom to somebody you didn't come in with.
Good Shabbos.
Make sure everybody gets a Shabbat Shalom. Everybody gets a Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Everybody. Tim, Shabbat Shalom back there. I forget sometimes. I can do it this way. Shabbat Shalom. We go all the way back again now to the 30s. That's not the time period. Those are page numbers. I got to go back to where we were. I don't think I could go back to the 30s. I could do some of those songs. We are going to sing a little bit more. We're going to turn to page 46. And because I did all that Hebrew for the introductory blessings, which for some of you I know is a curse, we're going to sing this one in English, page 46. Beloved, come to meet the bride, beloved, come to greet Shabbat, beloved. come to meet the bride beloved, come to greet Shabbat. Keep and remember a single command the only God caused us to hear. The eternal is one, God's name is one. God's our honor and glory and praise. Beloved, come to meet the bride. Beloved, come to greet Shabbat. Beloved, come to meet the bride. Beloved, come to greet Shabbat. Come with me and remember, come with me to meet Shabbat. Forever a fountain of blessing, still it flows as from the start, the last of days for which the first was made. Thank you. Beloved, come to meet the bride. Beloved, come to greet Shabbat. Beloved, come to meet the bride. Beloved, come to greet Shabbat. Awake, awake, your light has come. Arise, shine, awake, and sing. Awake, awake, your light has come. The eternal's glory dawns upon you. Beloved, come to meet the bride. Beloved, come to greet Shabbat. Beloved, come to meet the bride. Beloved, come to greet Shabbat. Here she comes. Enter in peace, O crown of your husband. Enter in gladness. Enter in joy. Come to the people that keeps its faith. Enter, O bride. Enter, O bride. Beloved, come to meet the bride. Beloved, come to greet Shabbat. Beloved, come to meet the bride. Beloved, come to greet Shabbat. So do you know who the bride is here? You know who the beloved is here? It's part of Elul, part of I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine. We are the groom. It's a blessing and a curse. And Shabbat is our bride. We continue on page 48 with Psalm 93. In English, the Eternal One is enthroned, robed in grandeur. The Eternal One is robed, girded with strength, the one who founded the solid earth to be unmoving.
Ageless is your throne, endless your being.
The oceans cry out, Eternal God. The oceans cry out their thunder. The oceans rage in their fury. But greater than the thunder of the torrents, mightier than the breakers of the sea, is the majesty of God on high.
Your law stands firm, and in your temple, O eternal God, holiness abides to the end of time.
And speaking of raging waters, did you hear we might have some rain in our future this week? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, chance of rain. And it's going only up to the 90s. We could do this. Page 49. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah be'alma divrach chiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala ba'agala uvizman kariv v'meru amen. Yeheshme Rabba mevarach le'alam le'alme almaya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpahar v'yitromam v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal שמך דקודשה, בריחו, לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה. תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירון בעלמה, ואמרו אמן. ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, whose word brings on the evening. With wisdom you open heaven's gates, and with understanding you make the ages pass and the seasons alternate. Your will controls the stars as they travel through the skies.
You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light. You cause day to pass and bring on the night, separating day from night. You command the hosts of heaven. May the living and eternal God rule as always to the end of time. We praise you, O God, whose word makes evening fall.
Unending is your love for your people, the house of Israel. Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts have you taught us.
Therefore, O God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and rejoice in your Torah and mitzvot forever.
Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life and the length of our days. Then your love shall never depart from our hearts. We praise you, O God. You love your people Israel. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. You shall love your eternal God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your being. Set these words which I command you this day upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be symbols before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I am your eternal God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I am your eternal God. All this we hold to be true and sure. You alone are God, there is none else, and we are Israel, your people.
You are our sovereign. You deliver us from the hand of oppressors and save us from the fist of tyrants.
You do wonders without number, marvels that pass our understanding.
You give us our life. By your help we survive all who seek our destruction.
You did wonders for us in the land of Egypt, miracles and marvels in the land of the Pharaoh.
You led your people Israel out forever to serve you in freedom.
When your children witnessed your power, they extolled you and gave you thanks. Willingly they enthroned you, and full of joy, Moses, Miriam, and all Israel sang this song.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele, malachutecha ra'u vanecha bokei ayam לפני משה זה ליענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
V'ne'emar, and it has been said, the Eternal One delivered Jacob and redeemed us from the hand of one stronger than ourselves. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. We praise you, O God, Redeemer of Israel. Grant that we may lie down in peace, Eternal God, and raise us up, O Sovereign, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel, and for your name's sake, be our help. Shield us from hatred and plague. Keep us from war and famine and anguish. Subdue our inclination to evil. O God, our guardian and helper, our gracious and merciful sovereign, give us refuge in the shadow of your wings. O guard our coming and our going, that now and always we have life and peace. We praise you, O God, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם, עוד היא לעולם, עוד היא לעולם. ושמרו ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Please rise for the tefillah, which begins on page 56.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, v'Elohei Rachel, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל העליון, גומר חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה.
Eternal is your might, O God. All life is your gift. Great is your power to save. With love you sustain the living. With great compassion give life to all. You send help to the falling and healing to the sick. You bring freedom to the captive and keep faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, mighty one, author of life and death, source of salvation? We praise you, O God, the source of life. You are Kadosh, holy. Your name is Kadosh, holy. And those who strive to be Kadoshim, holy, declare your glory day by day. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. We praise you, Eternal One, the Holy God. You may be seated. You set the seventh day apart for your service. It is the goal of creation, more blessed than other days, more sacred than other times. And so we read together the translation of the story in creation. Now the whole universe, sky, earth, and all their array, was completed. With the seventh day, God ended the work of creation, resting on the seventh day, with all the work completed. Then God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, this day having completed the work of creation. Our God, God of our fathers and our mothers, may our rest on this day be pleasing in your sight. Sanctify us with your mitzvot, and let your Torah be our way of life. Satisfy us with your goodness. Gladden us with your salvation, and purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, eternal God, let your holy Sabbath remain our heritage, that all Israel, hallowing your name, may find rest and peace. We praise you, O God, for the Sabbath and its holiness. Be gracious, eternal God, to your people Israel, and receive our prayers with love. O may our worship always be acceptable to you. Fill us with the knowledge that you are near to all who seek you in truth. Let our eyes behold your presence in our midst, and in the midst of our people in Zion. We praise you, O God, whose presence gives life to Zion and all Israel. And when does the new month begin? Today and tomorrow. And the new month is called Elul. And we say, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, ya'aleh v'yavo v'yizacher zichronenu, v'zichron kol amcha beit Yisrael lefanecha, l'tova, l'chein, l'chesed, l'urachamim, l'chaim, l'shalom, b'yom Rosh HaChodesh Hazeh. Zochrenu Adonai Eloheinu bo l'tova.
Amen.
Ufogdenu vo levracha. V'hoshienu vo l'chaim. Our God, God of our fathers and our mothers, be mindful of your people Israel on this first day of the new month, and renew in us love and compassion, goodness, life, and peace. This day remember us for well-being.
Amen.
This day bless us with your nearness.
Amen.
This day help us to a fuller life.
Amen.
We gratefully acknowledge that you are our God and the God of our people, the God of all generations. You are the rock of our life, the power that shields us in every age.
We thank you and sing your praises for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your keeping, for the signs of your presence we encounter every day, and for your wondrous gifts at all times, morning, noon, and night. You are goodness, your mercies never end. You are compassion, your love will never fail. You have always been our hope. For all these things, O sovereign God, let your name be forever exalted and blessed. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Eternal God, whose nature is goodness, we give you thanks and praise.
We sing a song of peace on page 63.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Ki Ata Hu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom Ki Ata Hu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Ve'tov enecha levarech Et Amcha Yisrael Bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם תשים לעולם תשים לעולם.
Take a moment now for silent prayer.
May the words of my mouth Imre fi ve'egon libi
And the meditations of my heart
lefanecha
be acceptable to you.
lefanecha
Be acceptable to you.
Adonai Tzuri
God, my rock,
Tzuri ve'goali
my rock and my redeemer.
Adonai Tzuri
God, my rock
ve'goali
and redeemer. Amen. Our prayers and our hearts turn to those now who are ill or recuperating as we turn to the inside back cover of the prayer book. I invite you to call out names of anyone that you would like us to be praying for recuperation.
Christine and Sister Mary Joan.
For all these names, for the names we hold in our hearts and choose not to say out loud, we read together, O God, in our hearts we name those who are facing illness and pain. We join our prayers with the prayers of all who love them. Give them renewed comfort and courage. Strengthen in them the healing powers you have placed within us all. Guide the hands and hearts of those who are entrusted with their care. May the knowledge of your love and ours give added hope to them and to their dear ones. May they find even greater strength because our prayers are linked to theirs. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. We praise you, eternal God, the source of healing and health. And we add, Misheberach avotenu v'imotenu, may the one who blessed and protected our ancestors guard all those whom we have entrusted with the responsibility of defending our freedom and protecting us in this country, in the land of Israel, and everywhere they've been called to serve. May they return home safely, and let us say,
Amen.
So, speaking, I guess, of returning home safely, speaking of looking up and looking back and looking ahead, I'm going to do something I don't normally do, but people say they like it when I do this, and that is I'm going to read to you something that I just discovered about Jewish astronauts. How many Jewish astronauts are there? Can you name any? Name one, name two. Resnick.
Oh, there's another one.
Who else? Ilan Ramon, the Israeli guy that blew up. Those are the two that blew up. So let me tell you, I don't know if you knew this, because some of these really surprised me. I don't know how often you think about astronauts any longer. When I was growing up, it was really exciting. Astronauts were landing on the moon, and we were staying up at night and watching and thinking. But when I heard about this list, it surprised me about the ones that I didn't know about and some of the exciting things that we've done. So did you know, you've heard of this guy, I bet. There was a Soviet spacecraft called the Vostok 1 in 1961, and on board was Yuri Gagarin. Did you know that he was Jewish? He never told anybody he was Jewish. Does that surprise you? No. Then there was a man named Boris Volyanov, and he was another Jew in space. He was the commander of the Soyuz 5 in January of '69. I've got pictures too, by the way, anybody who wants to see. We remember Judy Resnick, who was the first American Jewish astronaut to go into space. She served as mission specialist on the maiden voyage of the Space Shuttle Discovery in 1984, and also on the Challenger. She died tragically when the Challenger broke apart shortly after liftoff on its 10th mission. She consulted a rabbi about lighting Shabbat candles aboard the space shuttle. What do you think? No flames, obviously. But she was advised to light the electric lights. And when would you light Shabbat candles when you're flying around? Do you have any idea? So her rabbi said, whenever it would be at the corresponding time of the onset of Shabbat at the home base in Houston. That would be their kind of pseudo-Shabbat time, kind of like what I said about growing up in New York when it's frozen and yet we're celebrating Tu B'Shvat, the tree birthday. And anyway, that was kind of cool. She wanted to light Shabbat candles. Jeffrey Hoffman was the first American Jewish man in space, and the first person to ever bring a Torah into space. He did this during his 1996 mission on the Space Shuttle Columbia. Another Jewish astronaut, David Wolf, was in orbit during Hanukkah. Have you seen it? There's this really sweet video of him. And though he couldn't light his menorah, he brought this cute little menorah that he couldn't light because of the oxygen-rich atmosphere. He took advantage of zero gravity when he was spinning his dreidel. He said, I probably have the record dreidel spin. It went for about an hour and a half. He just did, until he lost it. It showed up a few weeks later in an air filter. He said, I figure it went about 25,000 miles. Then, of course, there's Gregory Chamatov in 2008. He took mezuzot shaped like rockets onto the International Space Station and placed them on the doorpost near his bunk bed. Mezuzah in space that looks like a rocket ship. My kids had a bedroom that was shaped like that was painted like the night sky until the renovation, and we had a mezuzah like a rocket ship. Then we remember Ilan Ramon. He was the first Israeli astronaut. He was the payload specialist on the Space Shuttle Columbia, and sadly, we remember that he died along with his crewmates when the Columbia disintegrated during reentry over southern Texas. But during his career as an astronaut, Judaism was a prominent part of his life in space. He was the first astronaut to request kosher food in space. And he was the first, can you imagine freeze-dried
Kosher
brisket? I don't know what. Gefilte fish? Could you? I don't know. I'm curious what it was. But he was also the first one to consult a rabbi about how to observe Shabbat while in orbit. In addition to a Torah scroll and a microfiche copy of the Bible, he also carried, this is really cool, and you've heard this story, I bet, a picture of the earth as seen from the moon, but it was drawn by a Jewish boy in a concentration camp during World War II, and he kept that picture with him.
Wow.
You know that we have connections with him, that we remember Rabbi Robinson was the one who officiated at the memorial service, but the Ramon family was an important part of Green Family Camp, where I just went for my reunion. I was not there during the years that he was there, but he was there for a few years with his family. Garrett, who was known by Gary Reisman, who was the first Jewish astronaut to live on the International Space Station, he brought a memento from Ilan Ramon's widow with him. He left right before Passover, but he asked if he could have brought matzah with him, because he was going there for Passover. What do you think, matzah in the space station? They said no, because they thought that the crumbs would be uncontainable. It is a crummy holiday. This is a side. It says he's a self-proclaimed member of the Colbert Nation. Some of you know what that means. And had a cameo appearance on the series finale of Battles of Galactica. Mark Lewis, who's known as Roman because his last name is Polanski. He was born in 1956. He's an American aerospace engineer and research pilot and a former NASA astronaut. Polanski received the nickname Roman as a joke because he shares a last name with the director, Roman Polanski. He flew on 3 space shuttle missions, the STS-98, the STS-116, and the STS-127. Scott J., who was known as Doc Horowitz, who was born in 1957, is a retired American astronaut and a veteran of 4 space shuttle missions. He graduated from the United States Air Force Test Pilot School in December 1990 as a member of Class 90A. Horowitz was selected as an astronaut candidate by NASA in 92. He piloted missions STS-75, STS-82, and STS-101. The last was in 2000. He commanded mission STS-105, a visit to the International Space Station for equipment and crew transfer. John Mace Grunsfeld was born in 1958. He's an American physicist and a former NASA astronaut. He's a veteran of 5 space shuttle flights as a mission specialist, and he served as NASA chief scientist. How many times has the shuttles gone up? Do you know? I am embarrassed to say I had no idea that they went up this many times. And we should know these things. Martin Joseph Fettman, who has a Bachelor of Science, a DVM, which is a Master of Divinity, and a PhD, a diplomat ACVP, is an American pathologist and researcher who flew on NASA Space Shuttle mission STS-58 aboard the Space Shuttle Columbia as a payload specialist. Jerome Apt has a PhD. He was born in 49. He's in Massachusetts. He's an American astronaut and a professor at Carnegie Mellon University. From 82 through 85, he was a flight controller responsible for shuttle payload operations at NASA's Johnson Space Center. In 85, he was selected as an astronaut candidate and qualified to become an astronaut after a year of training. He's flown on 4 space missions, and he's logged over 847 hours in space. There's more. Marcia Sue Ivins was born in 51. She's an American former astronaut and a veteran of 5 space shuttle missions. She was assigned as a flight engineer in 80 and co-pilot on a NASA administrative aircraft. In 84, she was selected as an astronaut candidate. And she has flown above, it's a whole list, in 90, 92, 94, 97, and 2001. Ellen Louise Schulman Baker. She has an MD and an MPH. She was born in 53. She's an American physician and a NASA astronaut. Baker serves as chief of the Education Medical Branch of the NASA Astronaut Office. She was selected by NASA in May of 84. She became an astronaut in June of 85. Since then, she's had a variety of jobs at NASA in support of the Space Shuttle program and the space station development. She was a mission specialist in 89, in 92, and 95, and she's logged over 686 hours in space. That's as much as I'm going to tell you, except if these doctors can become astronauts, then maybe that's one of your next trips, Donald. Is that what you want? You're traveling a lot these days. Come on up here. Anyway, I found that fascinating. I didn't know about it. Sometimes you like to hear other things, and I thought you'd appreciate that. So look up at the moons. I think the moon, I think that the meteor, yeah, we should see no moon tonight. The meteor shower, I think, is done now, isn't it? It was last 3 days. Whoop, you're here.
Shabbat Shalom, y'all. Thank you very much and welcome tonight. That sounds like a good thing. I'd like to be an astronaut.
No, that's what I'm saying. Space cadet.
We got a lot going on in the community. As always, we're just starting off with this new month and things are going to be happening. We want to welcome all of you to come, actually invite all of you to come join us. Sunday from 2 to 4 will be the installation or inauguration,
Sometimes.
whatever we want to call it. And welcome to Cantor Neil Schwartz at Agudatakim. We were invited to help welcome him to our community. There will be a ceremony, and then they'll serve light refreshments and not the dinner. So they still want to know who's going to come, so if you want, please call the office by Sunday morning and let us know who's coming.
They need to know names specifically, they said.
Names?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the secretary will be in Sunday morning to get those names and make sure they're ready. Thank you.
And on Friday night, and 2 Friday nights, on August the 28th, not next Friday, but the 28th, Harriet and Mitch will celebrate their special Oneg Shabbat for their birthdays. As the rabbi mentioned, our memorial books have been mailed, and if you'd like, though, you can take care of your donation and name request online on the B'nai Zion website or by email. Also, we're trying to have you update your Kroger B'nai Zion connection online, and every time you go to Kroger, we'll get a little cut of that. We appreciate that. You have to renew your connection each year. Actually, we're also we're going to go online and partner with Amazon, and if you use Amazon.com or talk to the rabbi, but we can select B'nai Zion congregation in Shreveport, and you'll allow us to receive some money from every purchase that you make from Amazon.
Amazon Smile, that's your key.
Amazon
And the links
Smile.
are all online at the B'nai Zion webpage. All the information is there. If you need help, come to the office or just call me because I love this stuff.
Everybody loves it. Okay. On the religious school begins Sunday, August the 23rd. Donations were made to B'nai Zion for pulpit flowers in loving memory of Maurice Earl Kreisman and in memory of Charles Jack Schulwolf by Mandy Selber, in loving memory of Sarah Nelbert by the Fry family. Thank you.
Thank you. We are turning to page 148, and everyone who is under the age of 13, please come up and help me open the ark. And when the ark is open, please stand. Yay. Come on up. Nice. Page 148. Got it? Come here, dude. Thanks. Aleinu l'shabbat l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר ראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. We continue on page 149 and we sing ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. You want to take your Torahs back to your seats with you? When the ark, you can either put them back or take them with you. Thank you, Quinn. You want to keep it, William?
He wants to stay
You can
in
keep
there.
it. Take it with you. All right, let's close the door so everybody can sit down, though. We got to close the doors. You want to take your Torah? Here, you want this one? You want to take it with you? Thank you. You're welcome. Come, let's close the doors. He is. Isn't that sweet, though, that he found his Torah? Come on, let's close the door. Isn't that cool? Did you expect that we were going to have little Torahs in there? You may be seated. Did you expect that? I told you could come up, but that was a good surprise, wasn't it? Come on. Be careful with that one. It's got wood handles, so just be careful. We continue on page 150. Isn't it nice to have kids around? It's really nice to have kids around. Page 151. And before we continue, I am sad to tell you that this past week we lost Master Sergeant Peter A. McKenna, Jr., who was serving in the Army. He was 35 from Rhode Island, and he died on August 8th in Afghanistan. And has now become our tradition, we have also added that we lost First Lieutenant Arthur Green. He was killed in an airplane crash in Harbor Springs, Michigan, while he was en route to mandatory in-service training. He was served in the law enforcement division for 19 years after retiring from the Detroit Police Department with 20 years of service, and also retired from the U.S. Air Force and the Michigan Air National Guard. He's survived by his wife and his 2 sons, and he was 58 years old. And those are the 2 men that we've lost in service this year, one this week, one in the military and one in police service. May their memories be a blessing. May their families be consoled. We turn to page 151. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, let us meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We continue on page 153. In nature's ebb and flow, your eternal law abides. As you are our support in the struggles of life, so also are you our hope in death. In your care, O God, are the souls of all the living and the spirits of all flesh. Your power gives us strength. Your love comforts us. O life of our life, soul of our soul, cause your light to shine into our hearts. Fill us with trust in you and turn us again to the tasks of life. And may the memory of our loved ones inspire us to continue their work for the coming of your sovereign rule. However brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. We now recall the loved ones whom death has recently taken from us. We remember Mimi Hussey. And as we remember those who died at this season in years past, we take them into our hearts with our own. We remember Esther Brodnax, Debbie Davis, and we remember those who are observing their yortzites: Hamilton R. Benson, Isidore Bluestein, Louis Lane Childs Jr., Ben Goldstein, Bertha Klein, Maurice Earl Kreisman, Samuel Levy, Selma Mittenthal, Sarah Nelbert, Nancy Blanchard, Charles Jack Scholwolf, Aaron Selber Jr., Morton L. Simon, Francis Spetter, and Myers Wick. In this moment of memory, our griefs and sympathies are mingled. Loving God, we rise as together we praise your name. The Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 154. The translation is on 155. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon u'v'yom echon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'a gala u'vizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach la'alam ol'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'alev v'yithalal shemei dekudsha b'richu. La'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. Amen. Please be seated. when the shuttle blew up and when we lost Ilan Ramon, the first Israeli, and it was a very personal thing, it felt like to us here. The words that kept going through my head as we're thinking about looking forward, looking behind, looking up, are the words at the end of the Kaddish where we say, "May the one who causes peace to reign in the high heavens cause peace to reign among us, all Israel, and all the world." And let us say, Amen.
Amen.
That's the last line of the Kaddish. I'd like us to sing that as our closing song. Oh, say shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'himru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oh, say shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Imru, amen. Now, if you're under the age of 13, we need your help again blessing the challah so that we can have some delicious Oneg Shabbat or dinner or whatever comes next. You want to bring your kids in? Should we find them? I think they're over here somewhere. Hang on, hang on.
They're following you.
I know. Come on. You ready to help me with the motzi? You said you would. All right, everybody hold on to the bottom of this. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Don't you wish you could run like that? Come on. All right, ready? So we're going to say, Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon. Everybody take some. Pull off some. Pull, pull. And as you know, there's grown-up challah up there too. You want to take some to your families? You can.
Nah.
Nice. Take some to your family. Here, hand some out. Give it to somebody else. Share it. Thank you, Quinn. Well, blessings and curse, huh? Did you think about what your one blessing and your one curse was for today? Watch for them. They're coming and they're opportunities. It is a blessing that we've been here together. Please rise for the closing benediction. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you. May God protect you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'kuneka. May the light of God's face shine upon you, be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face always be lifted up to you May God grant you peace, Shabbat Shalom, and mostly blessings. Shabbat Shalom.